All right, I'm fresh off work. We're going to get straight to the content. So listen, it's a couple places I could start because there's a lot of things going on, whether it's new stuff on social media. Like if you really into like the YouTube algorithms, listen to podcast streamers, you got the situation with Sollumanati, DDG. I'm going to start off with Joe Buddens because that's my favorite podcast. That's always been my go-to podcast, right? If you see me rubbing my nose, little allergies. So at one point, I used to listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, right? And the content became so toxic and the fan base became so toxic that it steered me away from the content. Like, I don't listen to Joe Rogan at all. It's like a toxic-ass environment, right? I don't know what the fuck is going on with Joe Buddens. And if you're familiar with my other videos, like, I normally don't try to violate niggas. I just come from a perspective as a consumer, like, because I fuck with the content, right? I don't know what's going on with Joe Budden's brain, but the shit is affecting the podcast and it's affecting the product, right? So I'm not a Patreon member, but a lot of the members complaining Joe did an audio only version, right? I always felt like that paid content was always going to be fucking lackluster. And I never cared to have it to where I would submit a question for them to read on air. So I never felt like they was going to produce enough valid content for me to pay any money for that. And I'm already paying for hella streaming services. Like, it is what it is type shit, right? So you get people in the JBP community that like talk about the content and do analytical perspectives and shit like that, and it's cool. You got Danny from the Stop, you got Elevation, right? So they both go in and like Joe was talking to Imani about like how he violated his mom and shit, right? And Joe's like, damn, like he couldn't believe the community was like outraged and like, yeah, y'all wanted me to punch my friend. Like, yo, we all used to Joe having like narcissistic ways and like an arrogance. Like, it is what it is. Like, we niggas, we have an arrogance. Yo, some of his shit is like starting to come off mean-spirited, and the fact that he gotta ask people that's quote-unquote close to him what's their triggers goes to show how fucking toxic everything really fucking is, bro. Like, no, Joe, we didn't want Imani to punch you. We want you to be in a position where you know not to talk to your friends like that on a pod, because you guys talking about your personal life and violating each other, yo, I don't care how much clicks that shit get. That shit is not longevity. The longevity is y'all giving y'all perspectives on current events. That's the dopest part. All this side quest General Hospital shit has to fucking stop, bro. And like, I fuck with the content. I always got love for the Joe Buddens podcast. I was there with Rory and Maul. I'm here now. I think it's better than ever. This shit is getting fucking lame as fuck. And like, if Joe doesn't see it, we're gonna watch the fucking pod deteriorate, and I'm gonna have to end up taking my business somewhere else. And there's not a lot of pods left. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Joe Rogan podcast used to be popping, and then he started leaning so right where I felt like a coon listening to shit. I couldn't do it no more. Yo, this nigga Joe has an infatuation. If you've been listening to Joe Buddens as long as me, yo, Joe Buddens has always ridiculed college niggas that went to school. Like, he kind of like, we all know he kind of like frowned upon the shit. He talks shit about the shit, right? So his infatuation with Mark Lamont Hill and the audience that Mark Lamont Hill brings is fucking mind-boggling for a nigga like me, bro. Like, he talks about like he bringing these conscious people and shit like that. Yo, shout outs to all the people, especially shout outs to all the black people that graduated from college and got a college degree. Hey, yo, Joe, you're implementing a demographic of people. Listen, this ain't just my opinions. A lot of people know this. Yo, a lot of college educated black people look down upon non-college educated people, meaning like niggas that didn't go to school for 4 years and get a degree, like hardworking niggas. That's a fact. They talk in a snarky ass way. They look down on us. They don't try to educate us. They talk in a way where they're speaking so you know that they're educated. It's not to learn. It's not to uplift your brothers and sisters. It's not. It's, yo, what's your perspective? If your perspective not mine, let me talk to you like you a fucking idiot. That's what it is. And Joe got a infatuation with this fan base, and this fan base is not a large fucking consumer. Cause none of that shit that they support pop like that. Conscious rappers don't pop. Conscious podcasts don't pop. Mark Lamont Hill been around for 20 plus years. His shit ain't start popping until he on the Joe Buttons podcast. So Joe being infatuated with that, you could look at it from a perspective like, oh, they college educated, they got money, they gonna spend, they gonna this. Yo, that's not necessarily true. Cause none of the shit that they into pop. Maybe the Roots picnic. That's about fucking it, bro. So Joe with this infatuation with ingratiating this fan base that isn't his core fan base, probably not going to spend money, and the whole time all they going to do is be trying to get their articulate bullshit off. You got, like, back in the day, you had educated black men. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Frederick Douglass. It's like a list of black men that were into, like, teaching black masses. Yo, college educated niggas want to look down on niggas. I like, if I'm the first person to tell you that, I'm sorry that you don't know that. That is a factual thing. That's not a me experience. That's not a personal experience. That's a personal experience, and other people experience that, bro. It's never to uplift. Even with, like, fuck the flat earth shit. When Mark Lamont Hill talks on perspectives, it's always in a way not to educate, it's to talk down. And like I said, Mark Lamont Hill been cooking lately. But it's just that fucking snarky, like, oh, well, they got this uppity Negro shit, bro. And Joe is so infatuated that, like, I think it was Elevation. Maybe it wasn't Elevation. It was another joint I was listening to. And they was talking to Joe Buttons about the fucking... And like I said, I'm never really hardcore about this shit because I do fuck with the content. But it was like, they was on Twitter Spaces and he was talking to Joe about his stance on Cassie and Diddy shit, right? And the whole time, the niggas that's talking, yo, I don't think they core Joe Buttons podcast fan base niggas. I think they on there trying to get their shit off with this celebrity nigga. And Joe's so fucking retarded right now that he want to be around these educated niggas that he never gave a fuck about. It's the stupidest shit to me. Like, yo, Joe, those college educated Negroes are the reason why Kamala Harris is not president. I want y'all to know that. Because it's a lot of people that say, hey, you like, y'all voted for Trump and next you coons. You know, a lot of us didn't vote for Trump. You know, a lot of us chose not to vote because we didn't find anything in either one of the candidates. So you could say a non-vote is a wasted vote. That's a form of protest too. But the educated niggas would say, yo, vote for her because it's the lesser of two evils. To fucking who? To who? Y'all educated niggas be running around scared of these white niggas. I'm not. Because I know at the end of the day, I'm not the toughest nigga, but whatever goes on, I'm willing to die for mine. And a lot of you niggas with these fucking, it's just like, it gets called like toxic masculinity and all types of shit like that. Yo, without those type of niggas, who protects the world? Who protects your rights? It ain't an educated nigga. He ain't beating a nigga to death with a fucking book and words. You niggas is tripping. It has to be room for both. And when you get around these uppity college educated niggas, no, it's no room. They try to absorb the room. And what happens is niggas just get the fuck away from them, bro. Niggas don't move around them. Like, you like, respectfully, a lot of men in my family graduated college. So I ain't on no disrespect shit. Friends graduated college. It is what it is. Yo, when Joe was talking to these college educated niggas like Mark Lamont Hill, and like I said, Mark Lamont Hill been doing a good job. But when he talking to these niggas in the spaces and shit like that, yo, Joe will agree that he feels like black men have like really been getting emasculated lately. Yo, you talking to niggas that joined fraternities that got beat by paddles on their ass by other niggas. Yo, you talking to emasculated men. I don't give a fuck what anybody say, bro. If you gotta be an alpha and a nigga put a banana in your mouth and then you hopping like a bunny, nigga, you emasculated, bro. And I don't give a fuck about your opinions. I don't know if you care. I don't care if you know the Encyclopedia Britannica from front to back. I don't give a fuck. You emasculated. A nigga put a paddle on that butt. You docile. So Joe can't, like, bring in this fan base and then complain that it's getting emasculated. Yo, you bringing in emasculated men. You bringing in women with masculine traits. I never disrespect Melissa Ford on here. I disagree with shit on here. I think she goofy with a lot of her opinions. Stop having Melissa Ford talk about the gender shit, yo. This is a bitch that's always going to dump all the trauma that she ever been through on the men that did it to her and never on herself for picking the fucking men. Like, at the end of the day, y'all want to, it could be like, yo, black men, it's a sentiment of people that feel like black men don't value black women, right? Yo, a lot of us black men grew up around black, strong women, and they still exist. Yo, why don't y'all black women that's strong start separating these bitches away from y'all and stop co-signing? Yo, if you're a strong woman, you shouldn't co-sign nothing that Melissa Ford say. I'm sorry. Melissa Ford is one of them bitches that never got accountability for nothing. It is what it is, yo. You niggas got to be real with the shit. She never has account. Everything is, oh, this happened to me because this. It never was like, damn, I kind of was putting myself in bad positions. Yo, she's plus 40 with no kids and no husband. But she'll never blame it on her. She'll say, oh, I was picking the wrong man. Bitch, how long you gonna pick the wrong man, yo? Joe bring these drones talking about Cassie. Yo, I'm not even gonna get into the, like, about the case. But it's just like, yo, now I gotta be beat in the head with Stockholm Syndrome. When a lot of us grow up around these bitches that pick these tacky ass niggas. The fuck are you talking about, Joe? Get away from these Twitter space corny ass niggas, bro. Like, I'd rather Queens Flip run the Twitter spaces. Yeah, he could be on some ignorant shit, but you don't get these uppity ass Negroes with these bullshit opinions that ain't really your fucking core fan base. The niggas fuck with you because the core fan base make it look good. You do a great job, and then the fans fuck with it. We fuck with it, and we make that shit look good. Cause like, damn, these niggas fucking with it. These college-educated niggas don't even back up other college-educated niggas, bro. They almost like these white niggas. They culture vultures. I ain't gonna lie to you. Not all of them. But it's just like, yo, somebody gotta tell Joe, yo, you infatuated with this new conscious group of people coming to support the Joe Budden podcast, and you never give a fuck about them. And they just there. They think that they could educate niggas in a way where they could belittle them and make niggas want to strive to be like them. But niggas out here getting it without being that. It's crazy. The same shit, he would talk shit to Ish about going to college. Now you dick riding Mark Lamont Hill. That shit is annoying, bro. It's annoying content. Imani, your boy. Yo, who jokes like that, bro? I don't give a fuck if you like dark comedy. Yo, a lot of us like dark comedy. Yo, I'm not talking to my mans about his dead mom. This shit is low. This shit is toxic as fuck. People got to start holding shit accountable. You got people like, I know this doesn't necessarily tie in to Joe Budden shit, but like, you got the situation with Sollumanati and Zoe Spencer. They both streamers, right? Zoe Spencer, young black girl, beautiful girl. Sollumanati, legend. He took like 5 years off from streaming. He a legend, right? And it's just like, Zoe Spencer is a young black girl that's beautiful, that is popular for crazy, trifling, degenerate behavior, not knowing how to conduct herself around men, young men. She around young bulls, farting, biting them, saying, what, nigga, I'll fuck you up, nigga, what? Pull up, nigga, I'll smack the shit out you. Like, degenerate behavior. Yo, my generation had to deal with Beyonce, I want a soldier. So bitches was out there looking for tough niggas. And can you pay my bills? So bitches was out there looking for niggas like money. And you know what happens? I'm 40. You know what happened to all them women that grew up with that ideology? They all single now, 3 kids, looking for a man, and they whole stomach look like a fucking Bengals helmet. That's the truth. And then they online complaining that black niggas fucking with white bitches. Or they can't find no man. But when you was in your prime, you gave it up to a soldier or a nigga that was gonna pay all your bills. And then he bust all these nuts in you and then left you. And now your body got hella stretch marks on it. What the fuck are you supposed to do? What is a nigga supposed to do? You're not keeping up with yourself. Y'all wearing mid-drift shirts where y'all got gut hanging out. Y'all not classy. Y'all masculine as fuck trying to argue with niggas the whole time. Who the fuck want to deal with that? Nobody. Zoe Spencer, a beautiful girl. She could be influencing young women like her. She like 19, 20 to handle themselves. Yo, I'm not saying be classy, be a nun. Don't be a fucking hood rat ghetto bitch. The goal for anybody that grew up in the hood was to make it out the hood. You make it out the hood and you act like that, you biting motherfuckers. Every stream, you farting around niggas. You got a young bitch acting like this. Then, on the flip side, Melissa Ford, I don't know if y'all know, lived the life she wanted to live her whole life. Now that she fucking almost 50 and the shit ain't go her way, now it's niggas' fault. One podcast, she was saying how, oh yeah, like, the bitches started coming in for cheaper and that fucked up the video vixen. Bitch, that wasn't a real fucking job. Sorry. That wasn't a real fucking job, bitch. You should have maneuvered with that. Sorry. And now you on a Joe, but now core fans like me gotta listen to your bullshit ass, toxic ass, dumb ass ideologies about women and relationships. This bitch on the podcast talking about, yo, I should give relationship advice. Bitch, you couldn't even keep Flow Rider in check. This nigga up. This nigga done got $40 million or some shit from Celsius. Bitch, you didn't drop the ball multiple times. She another bitch talking about a nigga that hit her that don't put no names on it. Yo, call these scumbag niggas out or shut the fuck up with your story. Because I be thinking it's a myth. Put a name on it or, it's a myth. Like, it's just sad times that, like, it's like, you seen it with Drake. Drake go do a reggaeton album. He go do this, he do that. Yo, the whole time before this Kendrick shit, he was losing his core fan base. Yo, you niggas lose your core fan base and then wonder why your shit fall off. Not saying the JBP is gonna fall off, but this is like stupid ass shit. You really fucking up your core fan base, bro. Cause you infatuated with these college educated niggas. Yo, they over talking ass niggas. They niggas that, yo, the more a nigga is college educated, the more less likely they are to change their opinions on things that they feel. It is what it is. I got college educated niggas in my family. Whatever they think, that's what they stuck on. It's a lot of niggas out here that got it, that's getting it without that. But that does help. I encourage people to go to college and get a college education. Hell yeah, that shit could take you far. But when you dealing with black niggas that's educated, they talking down to you. And then when you got black niggas, like black men that's educated, and they talking, and I know that you had to go through embarrassing ass rituals to be a part of these fraternities, boy, who you fucking talking to? You are an emasculated nigga. Y'all Shannon Sharp without the penetration. To me, ask some of these niggas that join these fraternities what they had to do. Ask them. It's all emasculated shit. It ain't get in a boxing ring and fight 12 niggas. No, it's, yo, stick your face in this fucking toilet and unpeel this banana type shit. Fucking real gay ass activity type shit. Like, is it cool that Joe, like, communicates with the fan base? Hell yeah, that's cool. But he don't even know his core fan base. Because these niggas that be talking to, like, yeah, was he talking to people like, Danny from the Stop? Yeah. And I would say Danny is definitely a core member, right? But then he go about it like a toxic way. He should have kept Danny at jabs distance. No, he brought Danny so close that he was reading and listening to so much Danny shit, he brought that same stupid shit to the podcast. Now the podcast is uncomfortable and shit. And then put my nigga Ish in the confessional. That's fucked up. This nigga talking about, yo, let's sit around and talk about our triggers. Nigga, you know what can hurt a nigga feelings, Joe. These are peoples. These are the people you say you love. You bringing up shit for content. Nigga, the best content ain't y'all talking about y'all personal life, nigga. It's not. The nigga Joe is tripping on this podcast with this shit, bro. Like, shout out to Mark Lamont Hill. It's cool that he has different perspectives and that he does come from an educated background, so he can break down a lot of things. Like, but then when it gets to these certain topics, it's him talking down and not trying to really educate. It's more of a like, oh nigga, you don't understand this? Figures. It's like stiff ass shit like that, bro. And then you got Melissa Ford just fucking jerking a nigga off every time she talk, cause she feel like she the smartest nigga. But when has she made the smart decisions in her life? It ain't always about money. I'm sure she would love to have a husband and kids. How that shit turn out with all her ideologies? And if she knows so much, why it ain't work out for her right now? She wouldn't be on the Joe Budden podcast. If Mark Lamont Hill's such a great debater, and he's this and he's that, he wouldn't need a JBP. He there for a reason. Like I said on my other video, yeah, he said that, oh, he there to touch a different fan base. Nigga, you not touching us, pause. You not? You got the same ideologies that we already disagree with. You're not coming with a crazy different thought that we never heard. It's the same fucking rhetoric. Take our side for once. Talk to the black men about their trauma. It ain't always trauma where, oh, I hate my mom or this or that. It be other shit. Society trauma. Friendship trauma. Some of this shit, we was raised to think it was okay. It was never okay. Now we got to be retaught, but we can't be retaught if you niggas just acting like something didn't happen to make it like this. And then how do we move forward? The move forward ain't believe all women. It's to hold the women accountable and the men accountable. That's how it's supposed to be. This shit is fucking stupid. Degenerate behavior. And I'm sorry, men ain't here to save black women unless it's from physical violence, death, something like that. Some of this shit, y'all women, y'all strong black women, that exists. Don't get it fucked up. I got them all in my family. Y'all gotta hold these lame ass, weak ass bitches accountable. Just like we gotta hold these lame ass, weak ass men accountable. Period. It can't be y'all always taking it up because it's woman. I'm a girl's girl. What the fuck is a girl's girl? Some of these bitches is doofy. What happened to the bitches that would call out like, yo, the way society is, I feel bad for a young boy if he get an argument with a girl. He can't even go get a sister or cousin to go beat the bitch up like back in the day. That bitch probably take the other bitch side. Now you got family trauma. Now you mad. The family reunion fucked up all over because like, yo, TT, I said go beat this bitch ass. You didn't. Now y'all talking about how I'm a dog and how all men dogs, and that's just how we are. It's fucked up. Y'all women better start holding people accountable. Zoe Spencer, hold her accountable. Melissa Ford, hold her accountable. Is Zoe Spencer, see, this is where, like, I'm a history nut, so I like looking at the history of shit. Zoe Spencer better look at the history of shit. Don't end up being a bar, a Honda Accord and Melissa Ford, like Game said. Don't end up being that. That degenerate shit you doing, that shit is not, like, why you gotta be the one doing that? Like, I don't know how y'all was raised, right? But a lot of us black Americans, and I'm talking to black Americans, I'm not talking to no other cultures. I'm not talking about all these cultures that get to steal our culture, like young niggas like Kai Cenat or niggas like DJ Academics. And I fuck with both of them. They are culture vultures, yo. Kai Cenat literally said black Americans have no culture. He said, you're not Dominican, you're not Puerto Rican, you're not Guyanese, you nothing. He said that. Y'all better go look up the videos yourself. It's on YouTube. This ain't AI shit. I'm telling you shit. Meanwhile, the whole time he dressing like us, acting like us, talking like us, eating like us. But then telling us like, oh no, yeah, I really be, I'm on my Trinidadian shit. I go to the parades. So do podcasts to them niggas and bring they artists on. And only do that. Don't do no black shit. DJ Academics, every time you turn around, he trying to get black niggas to crash out. Yo, go talk to your Jamaican culture. He got like, you got to listen to a nigga like DJ Academics talk about when he came to the country and how black Americans act and how black Americans lazy. Yo, if Jamaicans such hard workers, wouldn't Jamaica look better? Wouldn't Jamaica be doing better? Wouldn't your mom and dad got to stay in Jamaica with you and raise a family because shit was good and y'all wouldn't have had to flee to America? Remember, if you're not a black American, this goes for all y'all, Irish, Indian, whatever. If you're not a black American, you actually flee your country to come to America. Your ancestors ran from problems. They weren't brought here. My ancestors were brought here and had to fix the shit. I ain't even trying to sound like an FBA nigga, but the shit is what it is type shit. Like, it's already, like, When Joe and Ish talk about emasculating men, yeah. And also know it's an attack on black culture. And niggas gotta call that shit the fuck out. Poetic Flock or another culture vulture ass nigga. Not saying they not talented. Not saying they don't do a good job. These niggas don't give a fuck about black culture. They promote more black degeneracy. And I ain't sitting here acting like a nigga like me don't like some ignorant shit. But they only promote that. And they don't come from our culture. Imagine us black Americans only covering Indian rappers and talking about Indian rappers and dressing like Indian niggas and trying to talk like Indian niggas. And the whole time we got our own culture. What the fuck? That shit is weird. Like, being a black American is a weird thing. Imagine if, let's say it's hockey. So hockey is basically all white. Imagine if all the coaches was black, all the general managers was black, the president was black, all the people that cover it was black, and most of them didn't play the game. That sounds insane. That's the life black Americans live. So when you got an important person in the culture like Joe Buddens, yo, protect this shit, bro. And a Mark Lamont Hill-based fan base is not protecting the culture, bro. Because eventually words stop and people have to physically fight for their rights. That culture, that demographic of black Americans are not fighting physically for their rights. They're not. They gotta come get the Goonie niggas. They gotta come get the nigga. They gotta come get a certain demographic. Like I was saying, I'm not the toughest nigga. They gotta come get a nigga like me. They gotta come get a nigga like Ish. They gotta come get a nigga like Joe. It is what it is. The other niggas in the back trying to come up with the game plan. We the ones that gotta implement the game plan. Get the fuck away from this fan base, Joe. What the fuck are you doing, bro? For what? They ain't even giving... Yo, everybody in the JBP is so hyped about this Ish and Mark Lamont Hill stupid ass debate about flat earth, but not talking about all the times Ish then fried Mark Lamont Hill on these topics when it comes to men and women. He get fried left and right. Ray Daniels was just cooking this nigga on the fucking podcast when it come to that, because that nigga's so stuck in his fucking ideology that he won't bend it at all. The fuck out of here, bro. This shit is bringing, I fuck with Danny from the stop. I felt like Danny from the stop was bringing down the community. Yo, that nigga actually don't even be on that type time no more. Yo, it's literally Joe bringing down the pod's morale, and he bringing down the community. But I'm not saying don't bring these niggas in. Yo, you giving these niggas a voice higher than the niggas that really fuck with you. Elevation, me, fucking Danny. We the niggas that really fuck with you. If Danny not on some toxic shit, like Danny and Elevation come up with good ass suggestions for the podcast and shit like that. You know what I mean? You sitting here listening to these other niggas. Y'all in there like, yo, if Imani fucking the bitches on Twitter Spaces, yo, that's cool. Yo, that shit is kind of weak, Mac, when you gotta, like, it's something for a nigga to go out and be able to get a bitch and fuck a bitch. When you gotta use power to get pussy, that shit is fucking ass. If y'all niggas is using the Twitter Spaces to get fucking bitches, you niggas is fucking crazy, bro. I ain't gonna put that on Joe, because Joe got a woman and he's a legendary sniper. But Imani, if you moving like that, yo, stop putting the batter in these bitches back so we ain't gotta hear these stupid ass opinions and these stupid ass comments for these bitches that y'all don't really care about. That shit's fucking irritating. Get this shit together, yo. I don't want to listen to the pod where you violating Ish or violating Ice. And no one gives a fuck about that shit. And the only niggas that give a fuck about that shit are niggas that's not core fan base. Goated Joe is when he coming at corporations and giving an insight view of corporate shit in the music industry. And when he was violating fucking different platforms and shit like that. That's Goated Joe. That's legendary Joe shit. When he coming at Spotify and letting us know that they corrupt and trying to show real poppin' ass niggas how to move. That's legendary Joe. Yo, violating Ish about bitches is lame as fuck, bro. Like, even when Queens Flip do that shit, and he another super uber Jamaican nigga but making money off black culture type shit. I ain't gonna get on him too much, but you ask, that nigga don't identify as a black American. That nigga identify as a fucking Jamaican American, bro. And you got this nigga bombing on black American niggas. That shit looks weird, bro. You got this Jamaican nigga bombing on black Americans, and then you a black American and you bombing on them niggas too, and then you bring in an educated black American that's bombing on these niggas too. It's like, damn, we supposed to be brothers, uplifting each other, talking about these topics, getting different perspectives. Then you got Melissa Ford that's bombing on, and this is where it get. If you don't watch the podcast, you don't watch the podcast, you don't know. Yo, she only bombs on black American men. It's never, yo, anytime a white man does something, she don't be on that. When a black American nigga does something, she bombs on that nigga. Yo, I'm tired of hearing that shit, bro. Y'all need to end up putting her on Hot and Bothered full time. Let her have her own shit. Let that shit die and get her the fuck on. Like, we the JBP community, we not here for that shit. Why you think, like, Rory Maul and Damaris, why you think they doing so good right now? And I don't even listen to this shit, because I never want to hear Maul talk about nothing. Nigga corny as shit to me. Shout outs to him though. But like, why you think they shit so good? Because they ain't bombing on each other. They talking about the topics. They doing deep dives on the topics. They had the nigga DJ Head debating Maul. Yeah, I ain't watched this shit, but that's just a dope concept. What the fuck are we talking about Ish's girlfriend for? What the fuck are we talking about? Yo, Ice might be controlling with his girlfriend. The fuck are we talking about? What are we talking about? Yo, Mark Lamont Hill, what was your street name back in the day? He's not a street nigga. Who gives a fuck? I wouldn't give a fuck if the nigga name was Murder 187, nigga. Talk about the fucking topics. Talk about what's going on. Y'all got Mark Lamont Hill here. Y'all could be talking about what's going on with India and Pakistan. Like, y'all could really get some shit in. Y'all wasting the talent on using this nigga to bash black niggas and to talk to black niggas like we fucking dumb and retarded because we ain't go to college. Come on, man. Get that shit together.